Hi, I'm Kyle,
I'm John.
and today on JM2 Digital Talk, we're going to be talking about websites or multiple websites.
Multiple websites.
Now, to kind of clarify that, I've had people ask me questions. They run a business. They say, well, if one website can get me this amount of customers and people coming in, doesn't that mean three websites can get me triple that amount? And I know we're inclined to think that, but is that necessarily true?
Not necessarily true. It's actually better to actually put all your eggs in one basket and have great content on your site that answers a multitude of questions for people.
So one comprehensive, one-stop website is what?
That is the absolute recommendation, not only by us, but Google as well.
Okay, so is it an SEO issue thing?
It would help with. A lot of people think having multiple websites is going to help you on your SEO.
Okay.
But actually, you're spreading yourself thinner rather than building up rich content that answers your customers' questions.
Okay, that makes sense. But there have been a few times where I have seen businesses that have multiple websites, like within the same city or within the same town. Why would they choose to do that?
Well, if you have multiple businesses in the same town or even a general area, a lot of times you will create separate websites because they all have their own distinct personalities.
Okay.
But when you do that, you also set up separate Google My Business pages, separate Google Webmaster Tools, Bing Webmaster Tools. You set them up as basically separate businesses, but they are under the same umbrella of one company.
Okay, so that means they're still under the same umbrella, but they're actually different locations. And does that mean they can make the content on the websites different as well? Or
They absolutely can.
Okay.
A lot of times they actually share content,
Okay.
which that can actually give you a penalty on the search engines. But it depends on what content you're putting out there and what's different about the sites overall.
What about social media? We talk about different sites, certain circumstances. What about social media? Should you have two different Facebook accounts, for example? Or...
That's a business decision.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of times, if you have separate sites, you will have separate social media as
Okay.
well. But sometimes what you'll do is you'll end up with one social media outlet and tie it into each one. But then when you link to a page, which one of the sites are you going
Right.
to link to? So that's where if you have one site, one social media, and if you want to get a broader range, that's where paid advertising come in for that broader stroke.
Okay, I see. So you don't necessarily have to have 50 sites for each city. You could, in certain circumstances, you can just have one site. And that
Well, look
takes
at
care of
Google.
it.
It has one site. Coca-Cola has one site. Pepsi has one site, but they're in every single state
Right.
across the United States.
I mean, that makes sense too. Even McDonald's, so millions of McDonald's in town, but there's just one main website that you go to.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that about wraps it up for today. Pretty interesting about the whole multiple website thing. And again, I'm Kyle,
I'm John.
and thank you for watching. And until next time, see ya.